You ever watch a cartoon where there's a character you just can't stand? A character you hate with a burning passion, and if it were up to you, you would make sure that they would die a slow and painful death? Let us explore these awful, awful creations by mankind.
Whoa, we've got to stop bumping into each other like this.
Flash Sentry is the kind of guy who's able to ruin every scene he's in just by being in it. He is most seen in the first Equestria Girls movie. Why do we all hate him? Well, you see his personality. Wait a minute.
There it is!
That's the problem with Flash. He has no personality. He has no real interest unless you count Guitar, and as for how deep his character is, yeah, no. Let's say he is the Watch Mojo of Canalot High. He's just there to serve as a love interest for the main character, which gets really creepy when you consider why the main character is there to begin with. And all he has to contribute to the movie are awkward talking scenes with Twilight.
You know me, always trying to make a big splash around here, cause my drink kinda splashed on the ground.
You're a fucking idiot! This needs to stop! Now!
Thankfully, however, he got so much backlash that he is virtually unseen in later movies. When I'm pitting these guys here, it's not for Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Ranger. I haven't watched it, but I've heard good things. These guys are here specifically for their appearances in the old Donald Duck cartoons. I hate them because almost always are they the ones who start the fight, and always are they the ones who win the fight. So, Donald just wants to enjoy his breakfast in peace. Chip 'n Dale see his breakfast and try to steal it, which makes Donald rightfully upset. After a few minutes of hijinks and shenanigans, Chip 'n Dale win, even though they were the ones who were in the wrong to begin with. That's my problem with them. They are always the ones antagonizing the main character, yet they're the ones who get the last laugh. They would be far more likable if they actually got proper punishments for their misdeeds. I know it may seem a little pointless complaining about cartoons that were made over half a century ago, but hey, I never put an age limit. Speaking of...
If you will, or if you ain't my baby. Maybe baby found somebody new.
When I was a child, well, a young child, I loved Jerry and enjoyed his smarts. Then one day things just changed. I sat in front of the TV watching Tom and Jerry. Then I came to the sudden realization that Jerry is a complete prick. I soon realized that in a lot of those old Tom and Jerry shorts, it was usually Jerry who either started the fight or escalated it to the point where you sympathize with Tom. Really think about it. In those old cartoons, he was usually the one who harassed Tom and or the people around Tom. Now don't get me wrong, there are certainly times where it's completely on Tom, but when you come down to it, the plot to a lot of those cartoons was Jerry generally being a nuisance to Tom's life. The best example is the Two Musketeers. Tom gets a specific order to guard a feast. Jerry and his nephew actively try to steal from the feast which Tom is supposed to guard. Short story even shorter, they succeed in their thievery. What does Tom get for trying to obey his orders? The guillotine. Are Jerry and Nibble sad and depressed at the fact that they caused Tom to be beheaded? Nope, they just shrug it off and go along with their day. Nice guys they are. Although, unlike Chip 'n Dale, there are times when Jerry does get what he deserves, and when that comeuppance comes, it's marvelous. So that makes Jerry a redeemable character.
Gee, I'm throwing away $1 million.
But I'm happy! Yeah!
Me? But I would never. I mean, oh gosh. Oh no. Why does this keep happening to me?
This lot goes to all of the characters that we hate but are only really featured in one episode of their shows. These characters are of course Bendy from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and Iggy from Hey Arnold. Bendy because he's a mischievous piece of shit, well basically he does bad things and blames it on others. He was in the episode Everybody Knows It's Bendy. In that episode, he deliberately caused trouble so he can play the victim and point the blame on others. Iggy, because when Arnold betrays Iggy, he refused to accept Arnold's apology for something he didn't even do. Then, after he publicly humiliated Arnold, he expected the same forgiveness that he refused to give initially.
Arnold, I am so sorry. Oh, it's you. I tried to call it off. I couldn't get through. I'm sorry.
Well, Sparky, this is your new home.
I like it. I like you. I like everything. I like this chew toy.
Now let me ask you a question here. What do you get when he makes a dead show and a talking dog? You get Sparky. Think of Scrappy-Doo, except with an even more annoying voice and even less of a point. Now you get my feelings towards this thing. When he introduced Poof and Foop, they were getting there. They were close. But when Sparky came in, that's when the shark was officially jumped. He's only slightly smarter than Cosmo, which brings our number of idiots in the show to 3, and the way he was introduced is so contrived that it's not even worth talking about. Just go die already! These are dishonorable mentions that would have been on the list if it was longer. Take your pick.
Sanjay and Craig, the stuff they get to is insane. Sanjay and Craig, they're in the Best Friends Hall of Fame.
Queasy, 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 cause we can. Sway, sway.
Badoosh.
Do a barrel roll, man.
Do a barrel roll.
I really couldn't choose just one. These characters are all equally awful, and all for the same reasons. They share 3 common traits. They're random, stupid, and annoying. Not to mention they travel in a pair. There's nothing else to say really. They annoy the audience more than they annoy the surrounding characters. So I guess that's it. Peace guys, I'm Moses the Best, and thank you for the 200 subscribers.